Hello everyone, this is Amit Latigra. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate two different types of patterns through Python program. In first pattern, I want to ask a user that how many number of rows user wants to generate. So number of rows user is entering 5. So I want to print a pattern like this. In next line 1, 2, 3, next line 1, 2, 3, 4, and next line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So how many rows user wants to generate? 5. So these are my 5 rows, row number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. For individual row, what is the content in column positions? I want to start printing the digits starting with 1 in next line 1 and 2, next line 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Let's analyze how we can achieve this. And before that, after this, I'll discuss one more pattern where I will ask user to enter number of rows. If user is entering 5, for example, I will generate pattern like this in first line 1, second line 1, 1, third line 1, 2, 1, fourth line 1, 2, 3, and then 1, fifth line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So these are row numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is the content of individual rows. So I will discuss both the patterns one after another. Let's begin with the first pattern where user is entering number of rows, say 5. We are printing this many number of rows. In each row, we are printing digits starting with 1. So if we analyze, for example, if user is entering 3, then my pattern is like this. And if we analyze how it works, then let's consider row number 1, 2, and 3, column number 1, 2, and 3. So what we are putting basically here in terms of digits, it's nothing but the column number. Like in one of my previous videos, I already discussed how can we generate this kind of pattern. How many asterisk in each row depends on the row number. If it is row number 1, 1 asterisk, row number 2, 2 asterisk, row number 3, 3 asterisk. Rows we are managing with a variable like row, column we are managing with variable col. So printing digits, it's as simple as instead of printing asterisk, what we need to print is column number itself. And if the same pattern, if you are converting in this way, like printing 1, then 2, 2, then 3, 3, 3, if user is entering number of rows is 3, then here what we are printing is digits, which is same as row number. If we are at row number 3, then 3 times we are printing 3. If we are at row number 1, 1 time we are printing 1. So basically it's printing of row numbers, while in our example, we need to print column numbers basically on screen. So let's check how it works. Let's consider Python program. Let's ask user how many number of rows user wants to have in pattern. My row loop in range, let's start with 1 up to number of row, which is inclusive, so plus 1. Similar way column in range, we want to start printing columns with 1 up to the current row number, which is inclusive, so plus 1 here as well. Then we need to print. What we need to print? Value of column on screen, and at end, nothing, blank. And once this loop is over, we need to move to the new line. So print, let's say. So this is the simple Python program. Here value of column is always starting with 1 up to the row number, which is inclusive. So eventually it becomes 2, then 3, then 4, depends on the row number. Let's check output, how it works. Number of rows, let me enter 5. And this is what the output 1 in next line 1 and 2, next line 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So basically we are printing column numbers. This is about printing the column numbers. And in the same program, here instead of column, if I use row, then it is going to print row number. That is 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. So It is about printing the row and column numbers. What exactly we require is column numbers. So let's re-execute it. Considering number of rows 3. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So this is a simple Python program. First program. Second one, where we require pattern something like this. Number of rows entered by the user, say 5. Each time, how many number of digits we need to print? In first row 1 digit, second row 2 digits, third row 3 digits. How many digits? Again, it is depending on the row number. But what the twist here, instead of going through the last column numbers, this all of course we'll get it through columns. If you can check, partial pattern like this is same which I have discussed just now. It is same. What the only difference is, it and what we are printing is 1. Every time we are ending a row with 1. So this is the logic of this program. Let's discuss it in more detail. What I mean to say, number of rows user is entering 5. So in one number row, I want to print 1. In second one, 1, 1. Third one, 1, 2, 1. Fourth one, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Fifth one, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So partial pattern I already discussed. Same as I discussed in previous program. And this is what the output of that. Let me execute it again. Number of rows 4. So 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. At end, what we require is we need to put 1. At end, in every row, we need to put 1. So in our Python program, whenever we are ending a row, then means once we are done with printing all the columns, and when we are going to the new row, what we need to do, we need to print 1 additionally. So this is what change number 1. So in this case, here everywhere I'll get 1 at end. Let's execute it again. Number of rows, say 5. So 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So at end we receive 1. Initially we require 1, and if number of rows are 5, we need to print up to this row. Up to this row. So at end putting 1 is very easy. Now, if number of rows are 5, then this is my fifth row where I need to print 1, 2, 3, and 4 at end 1. So let's modify our this program a little bit. Here we are going up to the last row. So row number is inclusive here whenever we are printing columns. What if we don't use +1 here? And let's execute a code now. Let's consider number of rows 5, and this is what the output which we are expecting. 1 in first row, second row it's 1, 1. Third row 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. So what basically I changed here is, instead of going up to the last row, which we require in terms of printing the columns, we are ending to one number less than the row. So let's understand practically here how it works. For example, whenever we are printing row number 3, then in previous program, we wrote code to print the column numbers, which is going to print 1, 2, and 3 on screen. Because row plus 1, which is inclusive, 3 is inclusive. Here what I did, 3 I exclude. So it is not going to print 3 on screen. It's going to print 1 and 2 only. At end already I add 1. So this is what my row number. This is what my row number. What is the case of very first row? In very first row, initial condition of this column is itself a false. The reason is it starts with 1. and value of row is 1, which is not inclusive, that is 0. So it is not going to execute this loop. Straight away it is printing 1, which we require. And in this way we received output, what we are expecting, number of rows 5, and this is what the output. And this is what the logic. So in this program, I used both the patterns. This is a Python program. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good time ahead.